Hello everyone, I just finished reading the book The Martian by Andy Weir, and I really enjoyed it. For a long time in the book you think it's going to be all journal style because he's kind of stranded on the planet Mars, and he just makes a lot of log entries, and it's really interesting because he doesn't think he has an audience. He's just kind of making a report just in case. You know, he doesn't expect anything, and it's a really fun way to read a book. I've come to enjoy a lot of books that are like that, like Flowers for Algernon. That was an excellent book. And log entries that have no audience in mind is really cool. I guess in some ways they had something of an idea for an audience, but it was more just kind of like a personal reflection. You know, writing about your thoughts and how you plan on surviving. And I guess both those examples, The Martian and Flowers for Algernon, it was always about testing your limits, trying to find solutions, which are not easy to come by. You have to figure stuff out. You really come to like the idea of engineers, the fact that someone's is equipped to figure out anything. Like, and I guess that's not true for every engineer, but I think a true engineer, what they mostly learn is how to figure out something. You know, how to, find the problem or find a solution to every problem. And you definitely see that in this book. There's a lot of problem solving going on, definitely. I hear a lot of people kind of say that it's like MacGyver plus Apollo, 13, or, I make a lot of comparisons to the Hatchet. It's just kind of, you're in these circumstances now, you weren't prepared for them, not really, and you have to make do with what you have. And you get a lot of that in this book. But when this book really gets great is, and I'm not going to do any spoilers, but there are other perspectives that you finally get to and see, and it's really great to see the back and forth of things going down, and you really start to root for Mark Watney. And I mean, you kind of root for him in the beginning, but you're just like, I hope he lives another day, maybe a couple hours he might live for, it's like, and that's kind of how he works through things. He's like, first things first, what's going to kill me first, let's get through it. Very fun, very exciting book. People might say sci-fi, but it's really just near future, just on the planet, Mars, and the dynamics of the physics and atmosphere, and a lot of good botany stuff in there. Not much, but a little bit in the beginning, and it's fun to read about that, especially since Allison's a biosystems engineer and she runs a greenhouse. It was kind of like she kind of felt a kinship with this character because he was like the botanist and mechanical engineer for this mission to Mars. So definitely recommend this book. Fun read. I mean, yeah. If you want to read a book and have fun, get The Martian. I'm usually not very excited about movies outside of reading the book, but there's a lot of things a script can do to kind of fill in the in between spaces of time that this book has for log entries and whatnot, different viewpoints. So I'm going to put this in my reading pile over here. I did start another book called The Breakfast of Champions by Kurt Vonnegut. A friend of mine recommended Vonnegut, and so I've read, I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6 Vonnegut books right now, and they're all cool. This one seems really neat because it's a book he wrote like when he was like 50 years old, and it was like a birthday present to himself. So it's just him kind of like it's very sporadic and filled with all of this like cleverness and wittiness, and it's great. It's definitely Kurt Vonnegut still, and it's fun so far. So thanks for joining me. I'll have a review up for Breakfast of Champions, I believe, when I finish that. Thank you. No. Come on. Come on. Tillboat. That's a tillboat kitty. You gonna look at mom? You gonna look at mom? What you doing? What a handsome animal. What a handsome animal. E-bird. Not so loud. Purr. He's on an Arthur. Purr. Okay.